Last time on William Weyser's Childhood Fears, William talked about fire drills, a sound that he doesn't like. Today, he is going from one sound he doesn't like to another. What sound is it? Let's find out. And now, here is the man that's going to talk about his childhood fears, William Weyser. Hi everyone, William Weyser is here, and welcome to William Weyser's Childhood Fears. Since we're still in the middle of the Price is Right clip week, I've decided to talk about something The Price is Right related. When it comes to appearing on The Price is Right, there are these things that you must do. Sign up to be on the show, be as excited as everybody else, hope that you're called by the announcer to come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Come on down to the contestants row, bid as close as you can to the actual retail price of an item or a prize without going over. If you win that, you get to come up on stage to play a pricing game. And if you win or lose, you get to spin the big wheel. If you're the closest without going over, you get to advance to the showcase. And if you're the closest there without going over, you'll win your showcase. However, if you have $250 or less than that, you win both showcases. Now, one example that I'll show you of someone winning their pricing game is from this pricing game called One Away. When it comes to One Away, the only time that I ever care for this pricing game is if it's done perfectly. At this point, Tyler, right now, has asked the ladies if he has at least one number right, honk, 2 numbers right, honk, 3 numbers right, honk, and 4 numbers right, honk. If he has all 5 numbers right, he gets one last honk, and he wins the car. Here we go.
Ladies, do I have all 5 numbers right?
See? That shows you how excited you can feel after winning a pricing game. But not everybody on The Price is Right wins their pricing games because whenever a contestant fails their pricing game, they have these losing horns that go boop boop a doop bro like that. And when I was little, I didn't really care for that much. I didn't really have a strong fear of that. But then, as my body became more sensitive and having an experience that didn't go so well with the word no as an O and hearing things I don't want to hear because my body's sensitive towards loud noise, this horn became a victim of that. And with that, it shows you that not everybody wins their pricing games, but the Price is Right fans already knew that. And that's why we're here. Now, in terms of YouTube videos, I have not seen just the Price is Right videos or episodes with that horn. It was also used in the 2009 Game Show Awards during the first 10 minutes of it. And afterwards, people were like, so that happened. I saw this. And again, I was like, so that happened. It was also used in the first 2 Game Show Garbage inductions of 2015 during the Price is Wrong month. Because if you remember that line from Happy Gilmore, the Price is Wrong blank. The first 2 Game Show Garbage inductions of 2015 were the Price is Right. The first 2 Game Show Garbage inductions of 2015 were the Price is Right Plinko special that happened almost a decade ago, and the 3 failed pricing games of 1978: Shower Game, Finish Line, and Telephone Game. Need I say any more of those? No. Oh, watch those yourself and see how bad they got. I can only think of 4 reviewed movies by the Nostalgia Critic that used this horn in one scene each. The first was in his review of The Matrix with Keanu Reeves. 3 months ago, I saw Keanu Reeves in Speed, and I had a great time with it. It's one of my favorite movies that I've seen. Now, The Matrix is good, for what I've been hearing. The horn was also used in the Nostalgia Critic's review of Simon Says, spelled S-E-Z with Dennis Rodman, because poor literacy is cool. And this movie is anything but cool. It was also used in The Next Karate Kid during one scene of his review, and it was also used in the review of the 2019 live-action remake of The Lion King. And I felt just as empty as a lot of people did when I saw it. It was also used during a stinger at the very end of Linkara's 15 Things Wrong with Marvel's Civil War on Atop the Fourth Wall. It's during the do you think this letter stands for France or something like that? And then boop boop a doop bro, like that. I think that's the only time on Atop the Fourth Wall that horn was there. It was also used a lot of times in Austin Putnam's channel. Whenever he gives a bad movie a bad rating, or in the top 10 worst films of 2012 and 2018, it was only used during the number 1 spots on everybody's lists. And in the top 10 worst films of 2019, it was also used every time a number was shown from number 10, number 9, number 8, number 7, number 6, number 5, number 4, number 3, number 2, and it's number 1. Part of it was used in Austin's review with his brother Alex for That's My Boy. I haven't seen it, but most have been hearing bad things about that too. I remember Semi wanting to see that. I don't think he's seen it yet. And so, yeah, all that happens. And in some of Austin's reviews of 2015, the full version of that horn is during the cons part, but then later in that year, they got rid of it and made a shortened version of it more faster. And that way it was used from 2015 to 2020. Here's how the pros and the cons worked in Austin's review of After.
It looks good?
Yep. That was used during his review of After. That's another one of those things where I'm like, need I say more? Nope. And one more movie reviewer that comes to mind is Sean Chandler, who's best known for his YouTube channel called Sean Chandler Talks About. He used that horn twice for one of these movies each in his top 10 worst films of 2018 and 2022. In the 2018 one, he talked about John Travolta's Gotti, which is another one that I've been hearing bad things about because of John Travolta's Italian accent. And with this one being a huge disservice to the real Gotti, I think there was another Gotti movie that came out before this, and it was way better than this. I don't know what else to say about Gotti. Oh, yeah. And this is also John Travolta's 69th birthday. Happy birthday, John Travolta. And don't worry, I have much better movies with you at home in it. I have Face Off on VHS with Nicolas Cage, whose birthday was last month. I also have that movie on DVD as well. And I also have Grease and Bolt on DVD. So there is that happiness in you. Now, as for the other one that happened last year, this was the movie in which, after it was released, it became widespread for a lot of memes that centered around this, and it was the year in which it was the movie that made the year remember this for being the fact that it was Morbin Time. You know what I'm talking about. It's Morbius. Yep, this was the movie in which, after seeing the TV spots for it online, I was just like, I didn't really know what to think of it. But after its release, I've been hearing so many bad things about it. So much bad things about it, and after its release, it became best known for a lot of memes that center around this. Like one, for example, instead of saying it's Morphin Time from Power Rangers, here the phrase is it's Morbin Time. Even Jared Leto was caught reading a script from Morbius 2, It's Morbin Time. Yeah, Morbius 2, It's Morbin Time. And I don't think that's going to happen based on how well it did at the box office and with reviewers. Yeah. Speaking of reviewers, I've also seen the Nostalgia Critic I've seen the Nostalgia Critic do a review of this movie. I've also seen Austin Putnam review it. Some lady named Grayson talk about it. I love your voice, Grayson. You look really cool. So that's all that I want to talk about here for now, and this was the last regular episode of William Weyser's Childlike Fears for Season 5. Thank you very much. I'll be back later today to do another Things Wrong with a VHS or DVD, and this time for real, I am doing 6 Things Wrong with Teletubbies Happy Weather Stories. When am I going to do it today? We'll see. And I'll see you later today when I do it. Until then, don't get scared, and it's not Morbin Time.